Hey everyone! So, since I put my math teacher hat on last week and we all loved that, I'm going to show you a trick for absorption rates where you don't actually have to do any math. So, this is pretty exciting. It's actually in IQ Office and you don't have to do any math. Let me say that again. You don't have to do any math. All right, to start, you're going to log in to IQ Office, which I've already done, and you're going to go to the left-hand side, go to Tools and Preferences, and from here you'll select Listing Reports. At this point, you will choose Listing Supply and Demand by price range is what I recommend. You can do it for entire areas and get big picture if you want to, but it's pretty that's pretty vague. So listing and supply and demand by price range is probably where you want to go. At this point, you can decide what your price range is going to be. Let's say I want to do 300,000 to 400,000. You have to select a region. The region is where you're going to select which MLS you are actually searching. So it depends on what area you're in. I'm going to go ahead and select the Greater Tulsa Association of Realtors. And then you select your search area. So you can do by city, you could do by school district, zip code, by county, excuse me, or community name. Community name is the same thing as a subdivision. So if you have a certain one that you want to search and get really detailed, that's where you want to go. Remember, if you're in an area where, say it's a district, for example, in Tulsa, maybe Florence Park. Well, you know that Florence Park is it's a half mile by a mile stretch, or half mile by half mile block, but it's really probably made up of 4 or 5 technical subdivisions according to tax records. So if you're going to search by community name, be sure that you know exactly which subdivisions you want to search. And I would use tax records to make sure you're getting the right information. I'm going to go ahead and just do school district though, because that's kind of a good overview of an area. So let's say school district. If you are using, for sure in the Tulsa MLS, I am not certain about other MLSs, but in the Tulsa MLS, you have to use a city that has a number next to it. If it doesn't have a number, then it won't pull up. Like you see Bixby and then Bixby 4. You've got to search the one that has the number. So you'll pick whichever one you're wanting to do, and then you just move it over to filter by. Right here, then you choose Run, and you can see that right here in the $300,000 to $400,000 range in Bixby, it's the absorption rate right here. You've got 87 closed, a month supply. It tells you entirely what Bixby is. This total is if you had chosen several school districts. So it kind of adds it all up. That will give you the average for the 6 months right here, your month supply. It's 4.46 and $300,000 to $400,000 in Bixby. If you want to print or email it, you choose these icons right here. And look at that. You now have a supply and demand sheet for pretty much as detailed as you want to be, and you don't have to do any math. It's super cool. I will say that you may want to double check on your listings. Make sure that these numbers are correct, active and closed. By double checking on the MLS, there is a possibility that something maybe didn't sneak over to IQ Office. It relies on the feed from MLS, and sometimes it doesn't quite work. We know for sure in the Tahlequah region that it's about half of what it should be. So I think there's some zip codes that maybe are missing in IQ Office. That's a whole thing that you don't have to worry about, that I have to worry about. So I'm working on that, but it's pretty cool, guys. So you have the backup plan, you have the math. I sent that to you so you know how to do it. And now you have the even easier version that will help you look like such a pro and such an expert when you go and talk to your clients. So hope you find this helpful. If you have questions, give me a shout at amber@cbtulsa.com. Appreciate you all. Thanks. Bye.